Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and this is Chris Palme, talk show host of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Automall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. I hope everyone is doing well on this Wednesday, December 24th, 2025. We are only one day away from Christmas. And I just again want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. And I'm excited about my guest today. Our guest today was arranged through Emil Wagner, and I'm looking forward to my guest. Her name is Marisa Wong, and she is the founder and CEO of My World Experiences. She's also a speaker, especially with TEDx, and she's an author of her own book as well. And she's a big sports enthusiastic like I am as well. So we're going to bring on our special guest, Marisa Wong, founder and CEO of My Worldly Experiences right now. Good morning, Marisa. How are you?
Great morning, Chris. I am fantastic. Happy holidays. It is Christmas Eve.
Hard to believe. It just seems like 2 weeks ago it was summer.
I know. And time flies, and I can't believe it's almost 2026. Only a few more days until we celebrate the New Year's, but we're going to enjoy the next few days that we get to have of 2025 and celebrate God's birth. And I get to celebrate it here this morning with you.
Absolutely. And now, since we're talking about Christmas, what is your favorite thing about Christmas?
Great question. I love the lights, the songs,
The
the
lights.
cheerfulness. Yes. And the Christmas trees, the decorations. Currently, I live in London, UK, and as well as in Toronto, Canada. So I go back and forth, and just seeing the love, the spirit, the passion that people put towards the decorations around the city, it's absolutely magical. I feel like I'm walking around Disney World when I'm walking around the city, downtown, in my area in Sloane Square. They have done and been doing it for many years of decorating the spaces, and it makes the city light up. And it's definitely one of the cities that I would recommend to go and see and be around in November and December, just to feel the energy and the vibe in the city. In addition to New York does a great job when you go down to Macy's and seeing all of the decorations in the storefronts. I feel like a little kid. I am a little kid, but I walk through there and it's just magic. So that's one of my favorite things, is seeing the lights, hearing the songs, and being able to, really embrace the spirit of Christmas.
Favorite color of light, and also your favorite Christmas song. And do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Great questions. It changes over the years. And for me, I love white. It's not only because it's snow, but also it just brightens the whole energy and atmosphere wherever you are. So Christmas trees decorated in white, gold is my favorite. In terms of holiday movie, who doesn't like the classic Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, right? I love how Macaulay Culkin, the tricks that he plays, as well as how playful he is. And even if you're lost in a city, because I love getting lost in a city, you can have fun, you can play, and you can go to, Duncan's Toy Chest. Well, I know it doesn't really exist as FAO Shorts, but in my mind, Duncan's Toy Chest brightens me up, and it brings me back to my childhood of getting toys under the Christmas tree and being able to build cars with my dad and playing with my siblings. So That's Home Alone 2 is one of my favorite movies. And then as I've grown older, there's other classics like The Holidays, where you exchange homes so you can get a different atmosphere of your home in either in the countryside in the snow or in sunny LA. It's Christmas is where you make it, and it's where your heart is, and where you share it with loved ones.
Now, usually the sequel is not as good as the original one, and I did like the original Home Alone. I did like that one, but I admit I like the sequel, the second one, better than the first one. I guess
Same,
because
same.
of the location. It wasn't just in one spot like Home Alone was, the house, and that was pretty well it. In New York, it was a little bit of everything, and I just thought the second one was good. Unfortunately, the third, fourth, and fifth ones were not very good at all.
But I will say I did enjoy them. They just weren't as the classic version that I would turn on every Christmas to watch. So Home Alone 2 is a classic.
I feel old. Macaulay Culkin is now, I think, 43 years old.
Yeah, he sure is. But in my mind, he'll always be 8 years old.
I do think they should do a version of him as an adult. I do.
Do you think he's changed since
No,
those years?
no, no, no. He's 43 and he still looks young for his age.
It's always about play. It's always having that young spirit at heart, right?
And Christmas Vacation was a good movie too.
I actually haven't seen that. I will add
Nat
that to my list.
Christmas Vacation. Wow.
No.
That's
What's
from
your favorite?
1989. I would say Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, and then Christmas Vacation, and then Christmas with the Cranks with Tim
Christmas.
Allen.
Yes.
Yes.
I watched recently Santa Claus 1, Santa Claus 2, and I also had a binge of watching other Disney movies, and one of my all-time favorite is Anastasia, and this was taken during the Christmas time. And it was one of those that just reminds you of how beautiful family time is and how lucky we are to be surrounded by loved ones, whether you have a grandmother or only, or whether you have siblings. It's just about quality time with your family. And even if you don't have blood family, you have people like your friends. So we have Friendsgiving and Friends Christmas, which is something that I did last year when I wasn't able to come home to Toronto.
And by the way, I do a lot of volunteer work at a local humane society. So for me, the dogs and the staff down at the humane society
Yes.
are kind of like a family as well. Giving back to me, the true spirit of Christmas. I rather give than
Yes.
I rather give than receive. I rather do things for people than get for myself. I've been very fortunate.
100%. And I challenge that as well, though, because giving is one way, but we also need to receive. And I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you see their happiness, their joy, that's also receiving, which is what fuels you to continue to give more, right, Chris?
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you this, Marissa. I've never been to London, UK. What is that? What is that? What is the UK like, and how different is the UK from Canada?
Well, Canada's inspired and started off with the monarchy, and London is very much very similar to Toronto in a way of a city life. I find that London is very much more sophisticated. It has a lot more traditions, and as well as the way that you dress is very proper, the elegance, and I would say London has given me this understanding of how we came about as Canadians, right? The British moved over and came over here to Canada to expand their territories. When going back to the UK, it really makes me proud to be a Canadian, just because we have more freedom. I feel like over here in the UK, there is freedom. It's very different in a sense of very international, very much more like years of family traditions. And so for me, why I moved to the UK specifically was to go learn more about hospitality. What better way than go learn from the British on how to serve, right? And they are so good at taking care, and they represent the definition of hospitality. And that's what we do in our business. And as human beings, we have to remember that we have to help each other. We have to take care. And you do that really well in your when you are volunteering and giving back to other people. Taking care, being hospitable is so important. And I'm grateful that being in London, I'm in that, like, the mecca of hospitality, and the way that they treat people, whether it's from the Italians that are serving, the Brits, the Europeans, they're all collectively, they have one mission, is to serve and make sure that the customer has the best experience. And I love that. So
And
if anybody is curious about London, go check it out. Some people are like, oh, may not be safe. There's a lot of theft and so forth. That's everywhere. And yes, it could be through radio and PR that, you know, it's not safe in London, but I live in London. I walk around London. You just have to be alert, just like anywhere if you're traveling. But it's so easy to get around. Public transportation is super easy. You can walk. I bike around all around London. So it's coming from a female. I feel safe and I love the space. I highly recommend checking London. Go watch a Premier League game, being able to go and have high tea, seeing the Buckingham Palace, seeing the London Eye. The food scene is amazing there. And it's a stop, a quick flight and a train ride to anywhere in Europe or across anywhere around the world. So it's definitely a spot I highly recommend for people to check out.
fun fact about me, I've never been on an airplane in 53 years. So for someone like me, how long of a flight is it to the UK? And I guess the time difference, they're what, 5 hours ahead of us.
5 hours ahead. So the flight is usually between 7 to 8 hours. It's, if you're a book reader, you can finish a book on. I usually finish my books, or we can watch some Christmas movies on there as well. Chris, if you want to come on over, pop in some movies, and I'll show you around London. It's with our Air Canada has flights there every single day, 3 to 4 flights a day, and to be honest, it's worth the travel to go over there across the pond. Most people are like, oh, it's such a long flight. Yes, but it's also one evening of a sleep, and the next day in the morning at 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. or 11 a.m., you're over there. So it's worth it. Come on over with me.
That's something I'm looking at as a bucket list because I have a bucket list I want to do. So that's one of it. I've had a number of guests on from the London, UK area,
Yes.
and some of them have been country music. Apparently, country music has exploded over in the UK. That's something I didn't know about until I had my guest Olivia Lynn on.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that, so thank you for sharing that. Definitely know that music is a huge scene in London. Everybody who goes to London to play music, it's, definitely a bucket list to check off. And for me, I've seen some great artists in some of the arenas that they do have. I saw Beyonce as well. She's tapped in more into the country side of things. I love country. So thank you for sharing that there's more country there. I'll definitely tap into that. But there's some great live music, live bands, jazz, so many different jazz bars. Good jazz scene, that's for sure.
And I've had a number of country music stars on my show as well. So in my past show, so if you're ever interested in
Yes.
watching some of my shows, I could send you some of the links to my shows with some of the country music as well. It's where the new country music is really growing big time.
Love country. Love Nashville. And I love line dancing. If I might be a city girl, but I'm also love, love, love country and all genres of music.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. What's your favorite attraction in the UK and favorite food?
Mm. So that's a hard question there because you can't just pick one. But I really love biking through Big Ben because it's right across, right beside the Thames River there. And when I'm able to walk along the riverfront, I just go there and just stare at Big Ben. It reminds me of Peter Pan, how he's flying up there and he's standing on the time clock and overlooking all of London, and even just standing there from the bottom and looking up and how beautiful this clock is and how man created this. Like, it's, I'm fascinated by that. And it reminds me every time how lucky I am to be in a beautiful city like London. So highly recommend you to go see the London Eye. And in terms of your question about food, I'm a big foodie. I love traveling the world and tasting all the different cultures. Indian cuisine in London is phenomenal. They also have really good Italian food because it's so close to Italy and there's a lot of Italians there.
Really? I did
Yes,
not know that.
yes. So one of my favorite restaurants in London is called Sparrow. It is an Italian restaurant, great service, great food. I love the pastas. It's similar to as if Nonna was making it. So if you're ever in London, go check out their Italian food scene and their Indian food scene, and definitely the pub scene on Sundays. You having Sunday roast. I love, 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 love their beef Sunday roast.
Now I'm hungry. Now I wanna get on. If I'm gonna go on an airplane, because I've never been on a plane. I think the London, UK would be one of the trips I'd be willing to go to.
100%. And it's also a great place where you are able to jump over to any other parts of Europe as well. So extend your trip, go check out somewhere else, go Italy, go to Spain. Beautiful spots. We're going to Milan for the Olympics in October. I mean, sorry, in February for the Winter Olympics, and it's coming up soon. And that's only a quick, short haul flight around there. Just like as
Are
if
you
we're flying to Ottawa or Montreal, that's how close it is when you're from London.
and what's the train experiences like over there?
Yeah, so they have Eurostar. They you can hop on the trains either from Euston. There are many different train stations, and so I go over to Amsterdam. It's a few hours, not even less than that. You can go to Paris within less than 2 hours. So it's super easy. Just like if you're taking a bus or or the GO train over to London or to any other parts outside or even to Montreal, super easy. Hop on the train, get over there. So if you're not into flights and you don't want to go through the airport security, trains are a great way to travel around Europe.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. What do you look forward to most to seeing the Olympics in Milan this year coming up?
Hockey. I'm a big hockey fan. We
Hockey.
grew Yeah, so contrary to what most people think, you're Asian, you're Canadian, what? Hockey? Like hockey is they're born and bred into hockey since we were young. We had figure skates or we had skates starting off when we were younger. Even the little, do you remember the the little the sledge that we would wear, like these the metal sleds that you put under your feet when you're
Yes.
younger, and you
Yeah.
push the little cone along
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
arena Friday
Yeah.
night, Saturday, Sundays with mom and dad and your friends. That was our childhood, and we grew to love skating. And we were privileged enough that our parents put us into hockey. My cousins, all my cousins, female cousins, male cousins, all played hockey. My cousin even played for Brown's University. She got scholarship there. So proud of her. So the Canadian in me loves hockey, and I'm so proud that that's our big sport. And I'm excited to go watch our professionals and women and men playing and representing Team Canada over in Milan.
What are your thoughts on the Professional Women's Hockey League? And also, I had the pleasure of meeting a woman from Japan, Soki. She
Yep,
was pitching for the Toronto Maple Leafs of the Intercounty Baseball League this year, and
amazing.
now she's going to be in the Women's Professional Baseball League as well. Just thoughts on how women's sports have evolved and how good it is now.
Yeah, it's, especially being a woman from Canada and who loves sports, it's great to have role models of these women who are pushing boundaries and going after their passion to play the game that they love, which for me, it inspires me because one, I haven't I'm not as good as being in the professional world, but that's why I chose to be in the sports world, helping these athletes within either in marketing and events and really bringing the Canadian culture or even fans who want to go see it. I started my passion in sports in the world of at Western University in London, Ontario. I was the announcer, just inviting fans, like watching the London Knights and watching our Mustangs play on the ice, on the courts, and just cheering them. And I was the announcer saying, "Hey fans, I'm in section 103 with Chris. Chris, you just won yourself a Domino's prize pack today. Congratulations. Who is your favorite player on the ice and why?" So similar to what you're doing here, it brought this excitement, this joy in being part of it and really getting the fan engagement. Because as athletes, we show up for our fans, right? So when the fans show up for us and bring that vibe, bring that energy, you play at another level. And just like you, why you do what you do. I'm sure you do this more not only for yourself and your passion, but for your audience, for your viewers, your listeners. And that's one of the things that I commend all of the athletes who play their best. I know they do it because they love it, but a lot of them do it for their fans that are in the stands watching them either live or at home.
By the way, I have cousins that live in London, Ontario, and it's a great sports city with the
Huge.
London Lights, the London Knights, who always
Yes.
seem to win the Memorial Cup, the Western
Yes.
Mustangs, the London Majors, the London Lightning, and people don't realize too, the broadcasters are important as well, the radio, TV guys. But when you go into a stadium or an arena, you hear the arena in-game host, and that is huge too because you identify with them and the team through them, and they do a really great job of these in-game arena hosts as well. It's not easy.
No, definitely not easy. You don't always have a full stadium or full arena. So the fans that are in there, you got to make sure you bring your energy to entertain them as well as the players that are on the ice or in the arena or field, because it's the fan experience that matter, right? And the kids, like I was in the stands when I was a little kid, and I remember the hosts and I remember the energy there. And it's just, it sparks your love and passion that you bring forth, even when you're watching the professional level. Sometimes I even watch, prefer to watch college football or college basketball because they have the energy, the fire, the zest. And it's so the experience, you can't explain it when you're sitting there and you're just cheering on the players. And then in the professional league, if you ever go over to Europe, just watching football games, the Premier League games, whole different level as well. Filling up that stadium of 90,000 fans, and the cheering, the singing the songs, it's an experience and a vibe that everybody should experience.
You have to also be a bit of an actor as well. So even if you're not 100% feeling good or you had kind of a so-so day or a bad day, you have to put on that happy face and just perform for the audience as well.
100%. We're all human, right? We go through emotions and the ebbs and flows. There's days that you may not be on your A game, but we have to remind ourselves, just like how we as human beings, we got to wake up and be grateful for life. Be grateful that we have another day to breathe, to experience life on this planet, and to then be able to be a player in an arena or on the field for an audience, for the fans. Like, I'm sure a lot of athletes can say this, like, as soon as they step their foot into the arena, they start to light up because they look around that they're not just playing for themselves, they're playing for their fans, their families, and potentially, like Team Canada, their country.
It's like with doing this talk show, there's days where I'm not 100%, and soon as the camera comes on and my guest comes on, my adrenaline kicks in, and it's like a form of therapy for me.
Amen. And I can see it. I can feel it from you, Chris. That's why I said yes to being on this podcast with you, because I love people who have that fire, that energy, that bring it no matter what's happening in their lives. They show up, and you're showing up, Chris.
Well, it's the guests that make the show. I'm just the host.
It's a collab. We're all mirrors of you.
So now I got to put you on the spot here. When you did the London Night Games, did you have a favorite moment specifically at the Canada Life Center? They call it now. They keep changing
Yeah,
the name of the arena.
they did. I wouldn't say I necessarily one favorite moment. I really love when the lights go down and you start to hear the national anthem. And every game there's a different singer on there. I've witnessed some magical singers on there that just give you these bone chills as soon as they start singing. We can all sing "O Canada," right? We can all sing the American anthem, but when they sing it, and then the ambiance, the echoes in the arena, it gives you chills and it just makes you smile. So as that you're standing on that red carpet and looking at the players that are on the line and listening to that singer, it just gives you these chills that says, wow, we're here, we made it, and we get to show up and put on a good show tonight. So for me, it's not one moment, it's just the collective moments, but the singers who open up the evening, that really puts you into that spirit of let's go play and let's be proud of who we're playing for and the territory, the country, the ground that we have the freedom to play.
By the way, I've had the pleasure of interviewing Mike Stubbs, who's been the Knights radio guy for 25 years, Jim Van
Yeah.
Horn, Greg Sloan. And you know what? I've seen this too. People don't realize you go to a sporting event, it's about the athletes, but it really is a true team effort, not just the players, but everyone behind the scenes, the camera guys, the operator guys, in-game arena hosts, everyone
Yes.
has to work together to do their job.
100%. And I had the privilege to go back behind the scenes and see where broadcast happens, where the camera guys are, and what they do and how to prepare for it. It is a position that people forget how much we rely on their eye, right? And their dedication to be able to see play by play, what's next, to be so forward thinking and to create a seamless show. It's a show and it is a talent. And the girls and men, the women and men who are behind the scenes who are putting it all together, kudos to them. Like, I see the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into it day in, day out. It's definitely a job that I commend anybody who's doing that role, because without them, the viewers at home wouldn't be able to see it. We wouldn't be able to see it in an arena on the big screens, what happened with that play, the replays and so forth, the music that they put on, when to put it on. You have to be on your toes and watching the game. So kudos to all of the people behind the scenes to make the magic happen. They don't get enough credit for it, that's for sure.
And I think those experiences I had doing Rogers TV with the Guelph Storm and then the University of Guelph Griff Vision, I think
Yeah.
kind of helped me as well, because there's a lot of work in a broadcast, and it's not just the on-air staff, it's everybody has to do their jobs to make a successful broadcast. Because usually the on-air guys get a lot of the credit, but it's the behind-the-scenes people that make a great event.
100%. For me, I coach a lot of business entrepreneurs or young minds who want to get into sports. And they always ask me, how do you get into sports? And at the end of the day, it comes from your passion, right? It starts here. If you have a love and passion for sports, there's so many different avenues of sports that you can be part of, whether it's even an usher, right? We need ushers to get us to the seats. Those are super important. And you can watch the game, be part of the action. You can be, in terms of broadcast, helping with cameras. You can also even be in the arena with the food concessions. You can be a coach. You can be doctors. You can also not only be a player, but you can also help with marketing, front office, back office. Most people forget about those roles, and those roles are integral to the success of sports. And if you are even thinking about getting into sports, there are many avenues. You just have to trial it and you may fall into it. I fell into the role of being an announcer, just like how you are now having your own show. That stems from your passion for sports and being able to bring your community, your network, and profile them and share their experience of how they got into sports, in hopes that this will inspire the future generation to say, hey, I didn't know that this was possible, but thank you for showing me that. And now they found their passion and how they can get involved in the world of sports.
Volunteering and internships.
Mhm.
Either get in internships or volunteering, and that helped me as well.
Same. I'm grateful that Western Mustangs had opportunities where they had their students be part of, I joined in from the alumni side, making calls to the alumni and getting them to donate. And any alumni, if you want to donate to your local university or to the teams, every team needs funding, right? So they can carry on and cover the expenses. So we always try to give back in that way. And so start off in the alumni area, and donations are super important, even your corporate partners and sponsors. Without the corporate partners and sponsors locally in the community to support, you can't do it, right? And it also brings that awareness of how important sports is. And it's become such a business, yes, but it's also important to remember that it comes back to bringing family together to come and watch and support each other. And you can still see that even in the professional level when it comes to Olympics, even with NHL hockey. It's all about the fans. It's all about the fan experience. And it can't be done just by the players. It's done collectively as a whole community, and partners and sponsors are so important. And that's why I find that it's such a fascinating industry to be in, even if you're a writer or even if you're in food or if you're in just have a great eye with camera, or even if it's not only necessary as a player, but even on the health side. It all comes together, and it's such a community involvement. And in any sport, to be honest, every sport needs that. And I'm so grateful here in Canada that we have the opportunity to have sports, and the government who funds all the sports as well, and the associations that stand behind it. So for you, especially being on the media side, to be able to broadcast this and tell people of how they can get involved, that's powerful, right? And it brings us all together as humans. Why are we living on this planet? To experience, to play, to have fun. So you can do it any way possible. We're all contributing to the fan experience.
Sports unites people too. I know everyone's got their own different political views, religious views, but when you're at a sporting event, everyone's got their hat and teams on, or
Oh yeah.
jerseys and hats, and it really unites everybody, and it just brings everyone together.
You know, that's one thing that I've learned by when I moved over to the UK. Sports is a religion over there, Chris. It is something that you either have, people, I ask some of them, why are you a fan of Manchester United? Why are you a fan of Liverpool? Why are you a fan of Chelsea? Because my dad or my mom or my family or my friend or my partner or my girlfriend, and they live and breathe and die over it, to a point where it's very different than going to a game here. Like if you are choosing to be on the home team or away team, you're sitting on different sides of the field. And if you are, let's say, a Liverpool fan and you're sitting on the home side, you're good. But if you are an away fan and you're wearing the jersey, that ain't good. You got to be neutral. It's not like here, if for you, you said you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you can sit anywhere like around the field, right? You would think. In the UK or around Europe, not the same in football, in
Wow.
European football. Yeah. So you got to be careful of where you're sitting. I've heard some horror stories of fans just being booed. Their experience wasn't as great. And I can see that. It's just part of the culture and it's a respect thing. So if you're going to sit on our side and you're part of the home team, you're supporting the home team. Or if you're away, sit on the away side. So that's a tip for any fans who are going over to Europe. Make sure you know where you're sitting and what team you're supporting. And if you're not supporting any team, stay neutral. That's okay, because you're there just for the fan experience. But if you're there to support your team, make sure you're with your fans who are also supporting the same team.
Great advice. Great
Even
advice.
in the pub or on the streets as well.
Yeah. Great advice. Good to
Yes.
know.
Letting all the fans know. It's not like the Super Bowl where you can support any team or you're just here for the fan experience. Who you support, really important.
It's not like the CFL Grey Cup game. The CFL Grey Cup game, everybody's wearing their team's favorite hats and jerseys, even though their teams aren't even playing in it. And I got to ask you this too, Marisa, going over to the UK or over to Europe. Now in North America, I call it soccer. I played soccer, but how do they react if you use the term soccer over there?
They automatically know that you're North American. And
Okay.
and that's not a bad thing. It's just hey, I'm from North America. I call it soccer. They're like, okay, well, we call it football. So I've adapted in calling it football. When I'm in North America, when we refer to football, we're talking about NFL football, right? Or gridiron. So we just either say American football, people know that, or European football. So it's just a matter of just having that level of clarity. But no one really makes fun of you on that front because it's all for the love and love for the game. But it's just being aware of where you are, just changing your lingo and saying, I love European football. I love American football, NFL.
Do you feel there will eventually be a professional hockey team over in London, UK at some point?
I would love that. There's so many fans all around the world. And if there is enough players who want to come out there, I support it. One of the things that I've seen, and I was actually shocked at it, how big and prevalent hockey is over in Europe, but more so in the Scandinavian, northern parts of Europe, Sweden. Some of the players there, phenomenal. Like I feel like I'm in Canada sometimes over there, like just the level of talent and players in Czech and Republic as well. Russia, like it is sports is prevalent everywhere. So if there is a demand to bring in a professional team, I support it. I always love watching players, continue to progress into the professional level. China did that by bringing a few of the NHL teams over there, like the Canucks, to play a friendly. And it's great because there are lots of hockey fans in Asia, and it just brings a country together and support it, because a lot of the Chinese do come over to North America and to Europe as well. And so I think it's important that the associations go internationally and bring the teams around. It's great for marketing, PR, and also great to inspire the younger generation to be part of the culture of sport.
Marissa, I wanted to get into some questions too. And this question I was going to ask you later, but how much has your traveling experiences around the world kind of helped you as an entrepreneur and being the founder and CEO of My World Experiences? How did you come about all this?
Yeah, so great question for Chris. When it comes down to it, like our brand, our name is experiences, right? I would be doing our clients a disservice if our business is only based here in Canada. Experiences is a worldly opportunity, and to go out there and to gather all the intelligence of what other countries are doing, what are some of the best experiences out there. That's what we do. We go out there, we find it, and we bring it back to our clients and say, hey, this would be a really cool experience for you to go with either your family or your teams or your clients. Go and explore, because when you get that international world experience, it opens your minds to possibilities. And that's where I would say, if anybody even has, a passion or curiosity of traveling, I highly recommend it. So for me, how I built the business was based on experiences. I love sports. I love business. I love people. And my experience here in Canada within those realms, I culminated into one, and so that I can help bring other people to other places around the world to explore and to experience. And by having that mindset of infinite possibilities, especially as an entrepreneur, you open your world to be able to find new partnerships, say for example, or new ways of doing things, and create different relationships. And some of my best friends, some of my greatest clients are also internationally, and they have a curiosity of coming over to Canada. So then I can share with them my experience of what it's like to do things in Canada and how passionate we are as Torontonians, and about all of our sports teams. And then equally for any of the fans or folks that I know in Canada, to encourage them to go internationally so they can see what it's like over there. For me, I'm so blessed that I'm a Canadian Asian, and my parents came from. My dad's from Hong Kong. My ancestors from Shanghai. My mom's born in Canada, and my ancestors originally from Canton, China, and they came over here, right? And as immigrants for a better life. And by me moving over to Shanghai for 3 years to really get that local experience and to appreciate the Chinese culture, appreciate the forward thinking, the technologies, the culture of why it is lasted for centuries and dynasties. They've done something right. And I, as a Chinese, really appreciate the history, the cultures, the traditions. And by being in Western mindset and growing up here, we sometimes people may say, oh, you're a melting pot, or you've kind of lost that tradition. And I don't want to lose that tradition. I want to be able to still be proud, and I am proud as a Canadian, but also to represent the different cultures so that future generation can really appreciate our ancestors and the traditions and why we do what we do. And it creates that diversity, but then also it helps us bring us together in bonding. And so when we see, like when we go to the Olympics and we see China, or we see Europe play, or we see like a US play, Team Canada play, we can play equally together as human beings, but also respect where we all come from. And I'm so proud to be Canadian. I'm sure you are too, Chris, that how much opportunity we have here. And just to be able to be respectful of other cultures and the food, and just the way that we operate in family dynamics and so forth. What culture are you like? What's your heritage background?
My grandparents came from Hungary, back, in the 20s. They came to Alberta. They immigrated to Lethbridge, Alberta, and then they made their way to Ontario. So I guess I would say Hungarian would be my background.
Hungarian. Well,
Yes.
Hungary, they have the F1 there is a lot of fun. I don't know. Have you been to Hungary before?
No, I never have been, and my grandparents, when I was a kid, they used to speak Hungarian, and I should have learned. I really have one regret when they were alive, is I should have learned to speak that language, because by being bilingual nowadays is huge too.
Huge. Well, you can still do it. You're never too young, never too old. Duolingo helps as well. My cousin, he wanted to go into dentistry school. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the Canadian school system is very competitive and they only had so many spots. Hungary had a dental school or has a dental school over there and it's world renowned. And he went over there and studied dentistry and he has a practice over there. So he still was able to become a dentist. Unfortunately, not here in Canada, but he can come back and just take the bar. But Hungary accepted him, and they have some world class dentists and doctors over there. And so that's also why I think it's important to open up your mind to possibilities. And if you're set on either getting into become a doctor or a dentist or in your industry or in sports, you can play anywhere, you can go anywhere. And I think that's the power of having this mindset of infinite possibilities.
I want to give a shout out to my dentist, Dr. Chan, Victoria Chan, here in Guelph. She did some dental work with me the other day, and I have so much respect for her. It's not an easy profession putting your hand into somebody's mouth. So, shout out to Dr. Chan and all the dentists out there.
Well, dentists are so important. The reason why you have your big smile and able to, bring your light, your energy through. How great is it that we have dentists who are able to help us have great teeth? So shout out to my dentists of my family of dentists. I appreciate them
Yeah,
for the grueling studies that they had to get through to become the professionals that they are. So shout out to
absolutely.
dentists all around the world.
Absolutely. And by the way, I wanted to get your thoughts as too. Do you find there are more female entrepreneurs nowadays and Asian ones as well? Do you find there's more and more women specifically that are becoming entrepreneurs and owners now?
Yes, and it's so beautiful to watch and also to be a leader in the space to inspire women to go and go after their dreams and build their businesses that may be contrary to historical schooling where you have to go in and work for a business and follow the yellow brick road, what everybody else is doing. I've seen a lot of women are defying all odds and building their own businesses, even with families or even, with other building multiple business and empires. It's so inspiring to be in their orbit and to watch, and they've helped motivate me building my world experiences. And that's why we now have a travel group where we have entrepreneurs, females specifically, that we get to go travel the world together and go share, learn our experiences and help each other grow their businesses. And it's so for me, I find it where it's like it's a power of proximity. So when you travel together, sharing your experiences, you're experiencing life together, it makes the whole journey of this life so much more fulfilling. And to know that everybody's building something for the greater good of humanity and collectively we're helping each other, it's so beautiful to watch. So I'm surrounded constantly by powerhouse women. I have, a board of advisors. One of them specifically, actually a few of them specifically, she's an executive of a very big cosmetic company globally. I learning from her experiences of being in the cosmetic world and seeing what she's done internationally has helped me grow the business internationally. I grew my business out to UK because of a lady named Maria Aldis. She believed in the business of helping women step up and be able to speak their truth and going after their dreams. And because of her sponsoring our business out in the UK, we were able to expand and bring our clients from North America over to Europe so they can experience Europe and all the sports games and wellness events that are out there. So any woman who are thinking of setting up their own business, I'm happy to support. If you want to join our travel community, come. Men are also welcome to join us as well. We go out there, we play, we travel and go see all the best sports games out there, and we do it together. And it's so, for me, I stemmed from my own personal experience. I love sports, and I wanted to go see the Super Bowl. I wanted to go see the Masters. I wanted to go see Premier League games. I wanted to go out there. And if no one wanted to join me, that's okay. I'll go by myself. And then people were starting to tap me on the shoulder and be like, hey, I love what you're doing. Can I come with you? And I was like, of course. So now we just have groups of friends who want to come and join us. We're going to Milan in February. If you want to come join us, Chris, come join us. And it's just stemming on the passion for travel, learning. Let's build businesses. Let's go play. And I highly recommend anybody who's wanting to do it but scared to do it on their own, come join us. You're more than welcome to.
Marisa, I wanted to ask you this. If you're looking to be an entrepreneur and a business owner, entrepreneur specifically, do you find the traveling experiences can help that person as well?
1000%. When you travel, you're meeting so many different people, and you get to hear their life's journeys, collect their stories, and you get to learn and open up your mindset to the possibilities that are available out there. I didn't know I can set up a business internationally. I didn't know I can move to Dubai or to London or to China and so forth. How easy is it? And when you can get someone else's playbook, it makes it easy for you to go do it, right? So that goes back to the book that I've wrote, The Power of Experiences, is that I've been so lucky over my years of being on this planet to collect other people's stories, other people's playbooks. And the book is just a collection of their stories, of their tips and tricks that we get to share, that they shared with me, that I'm in turn sharing with you guys and the rest of the world, because information is useless unless you share it. And for the betterment of human beings and for us to continue to grow, we need to learn from others. What did they do to get there? And if it can help us cut down the amount of time for us to get to where we want to be, why not, Chris, right? We learned this in sports. It's all about the playbook. If we get someone else's playbook to be able to win the game, would you not sign up for it?
100%. And also too, you want to continue to grow and learn. I was in
Yes.
another profession where I was just kind of stagnant and complacent and playing small. Just thoughts on that too.
Yeah, that's a great, the words of playing small. And it's by no means anything to say that you're small or, like people choose their paths, right? But we are meant for greater things. God created us to look at the world with infinite possibilities. And when you hear other people's stories, like they're also human beings, right? No one is better than the other person. It's just that they've opened their mind to be able to see that, oh, I can play on a professional level. Oh, I can go play somewhere else aside from Canada. It's this just sharing the possibilities. And I don't look at playing small as a bad thing. If you choose to, that's okay. But there is an opportunity for you to play big, for you to play so big, bigger
Think
than
big.
the world. Yes, like Elon, for him to be able to think so big that now he operates in space. It's possible, right? Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. All you need is people to believe in you, to believe in yourself, and really just talk to other people and share with them like your wildest dreams. What would you want to do? What do you want to create? Who is going to benefit from it? How are you helping the greater world? And with that in mind, with your passion, your zest, and knowing that you're going to impact the world in a positive way, God will behind you and support you. Just like how you here, Chris, building your podcast, you had that vision, right? You have a passion for sports. You love broadcast. I want to help my community. And here you are. And I already see it. It's going to continue to grow because you have this passion just to help, to bring the information to your viewers so easily by tuning into your show.
And two, I want to prove that age is just a number. I'm
Age
53,
is just a
but
number.
it's just a number, life experiences and life skills. And I'm also self-taught. I'm not telling the younger people to do the way I'm doing it, but with today's technology and you're
Yes.
willing to learn, education doesn't just stop in a classroom. It's a lifelong process. With today's technology and you have a strong work ethic and you're willing to learn and the passion is a big key, and willing to work and learn is huge. And also too, when somebody tells me no as a guest or for sports teams for media opportunities, I don't take it personally. I take no as a temporary setback. Too many people look at no as a failure, and I don't believe in the word failure. I look at the word no as a temporary setback, not at this moment. That's how my approach is.
I love that mindset. I also take it to another level as well, where I say I turn the no into, and I flip it, and it says it's on. It's on. All right, let's go. Okay, how can we make this happen? Right? If someone says, no chance you can move to the UK, no chance can you build an international business. I had an aunt. She told me when I told her that I'm setting up a business on experiences and building events for people, and it's going to be international. She looked at me. She's like, do you really think you can build a business based on experiences? Well, I'm standing here, we're sitting in front of you here now, Chris, after almost 9 years of building this business. You can. If you think you can, you can defy all odds and do it. And by the grace of God, who's behind you, anything can happen. And I love your mindset there. And thank you for sharing that with your viewers. And I say that to our community and to all of the mentees and business leaders and people who want to set up their businesses. I'm saying it even here right in front of you now. You can do anything you want to do, anything. As long as you have that passion, that drive, and you have a great community and people to support you, who believe in you. I had my mom, my dad who believed in me, who support me even to this day continuously. You can do anything. And I'm also here for anybody who needs support and who wants guidance, who wants to just ask the questions, how, or even get connected to certain people. I'm happy to share. I'm an open book. And that's where also why I wrote the book, is so that if you're too shy to ask, read the book. Happy to share with you my roadmap. And all that's what we're here for, right? Is to share, to give back, and to empower other people. We didn't get to where we are on our own, right, Chris?
No, and one thing I wanted to mention to you as well, we tend, and I'm guilty of this as well, Marissa, is we tend to shrink our accomplishments and focus on the negatives and haven't done this, this hasn't worked out, instead of our positives. And right now, I have 70 countries around the world listening to the show. I
Right.
have over 500,000 views on YouTube. I know it's not a lot, but getting 500,000 views
More
on
than one.
YouTube is a lot of work. And then Spotify, I have over 10,000 listens. So I'm trying to change my mindset into look at the positives instead of looking at the negatives, because we tend to kind of belittle and shrink ourselves.
There's always a way to look at a glass. You can look at a glass half empty or a glass half full. And when you look at a glass half full, you know that you're just grateful for what you have. You don't need more, but you're open to receive more. Because when you're able to receive more, you're able to give more as well, right? And having that mindset of it being full, or you're continuing to look at it on a positive note, that your glass is always continuing to fill up, right? There's infinite possibilities out there. You then approach life like that. And you're not done with just this one podcast. How many podcasts have you now, or how many shows have you now done on this podcast?
On this show alone, 637 episodes. And then I've done 2 other shows with co-hosts, by the way. I have 2 other shows with co-hosts, a woman named Marlene Sharp in LA, who's in the cartoon industry. And I have a football show from the Toronto Argonauts with a Argo super fan who's half the age of me. So I'm very diverse. And that's the thing, any career, you have to be very diverse and also be willing to work with others too. So I have 3 shows in total, 2 with co-hosts and this one by myself. So I'm very flexible and just trying to do everything I can to learn and wear many hats. You're you're not going to be the best at everything, but it's good to know and learn a lot of everything. Like editing video, I learned a couple years ago during Christmas. 2 years ago, I spent 8 hours getting frustrated online during Christmas, and I learned how to edit video now and to cut my video into 30-second clips, because everyone's attention spans are shrinking nowadays. So the shorter the video, the more views as well. So you have to be aware of trends in whatever career and business you're in.
Exactly. And that goes back to the power of experience, right? Like, you learned on the job. And that's what I tell a lot of folks, is like, you can go to school and learn the theory of things, but the most impactful is getting the experience. Go learn, ask others, other experts that are willing to help you. I get asked all the time, and I'm happy to help other people because we got here by having other people help us, or figure it out yourself. We have power of YouTube, you have a power of your phone, your technology, where you can learn things. ChatGPT that can teach you as well. Play, figure it out, get to know, just play with the puzzles. I think nowadays, the future generation, I hope that we continue to have that zest for life, where we're not just asking for, oh, here, give me the payment, or just be doers and tell me what to do. That we challenge that we try to solve problems ourselves, or we work together to build together. And even with technology now, like, where are you right now currently today,
I'm in
Chris?
Guelph, Ontario, which is an hour from London and
Go
about an hour and a
Griffins.
half to Toronto. Yeah, Gulf Griffins, yeah. But
So
yeah,
I didn't have to travel to go see you, but through the power of technology, we can create great impact. And you even taught me about StreamYard here, and to be able to use this broadcast, like, thank you for sharing that information and intel with me. It's so easy to share information with each other. And that's all we need to do, is continue to have that sense of curiosity, that openness to learn, to grow, to have that positive mindset, and that heart to give and continue to grow, and turn those no's and any naysayers and say thank you, but it's on. Let's go. It's go time. Just like like athletes, they don't think, okay, I lost that game, I'm done. They keep going, right? You keep shooting. Like Steph Curry, he's had more misses
yeah.
taking those 3-pointers than he's had actually making those 3-pointers. But we don't notice that. We don't notice the misses because he's been practicing. He keeps going. He keeps on building his experience to be able to shoot those 3-pointers flawlessly. And you do
You
that flawlessly here, Chris.
Well, thank you. And by the way, you learn more from adversity than your successes. It's the adversities and the setbacks that build you, because the winning part is the easy. It's the setbacks, because athletes aren't always going to win championships. And Matthew Shinetti from TSN gave me this advice too. He goes, Chris, you're going to make mistakes. And the only way you get better as an entrepreneur or a career or in media, you learn from your mistakes. If you try to be perfect or try to be somebody that you're not, you're going to make even more mistakes. So don't beat yourself up if you do make mistakes.
100%. And you have to look at mistakes are opportunities to learn. They help you redirect you in, okay, so I tried it, right? It doesn't work. Okay, let's go over here. I've made more mistakes, quote unquote, or I've done more trials in finally getting my business to where it is. But I didn't have that playbook when I first started. Nobody does. Nobody gives you that playbook when you first start life. You got to trial, error, play, grow, be open to learn. And when you have that, that viewpoint on how to take on challenges, you'll continue to get more and grow more and build bigger. And I will tell you a story. Like, most people, and even women who are tuning in, or men who are tuning in, who want to build their businesses, no one gives you $1 million and says, here, go run a business. You got to figure that all yourself, right? And it's not as easy to go to the banks and knock on their door and say, hey, I'm looking to build a business. Here's my business plan. Can you fund me? If you have no experience, they ain't going to do anything, right? So it's all about the experience and being able to go out there. And if you trust and believe in your dreams, go do that and tell everybody else who you what you want to do, and they may also have that same dream and want to work on it as well, and you can collectively do it together. But getting finance in setting up business is so hard. And I bootstrapped my business all the way through. I'm lucky to have had clients who have supported us, who believed in us. And all you need to do is just deliver the best for your customers, deliver the best for your viewers, and the work that you do will show, and people will continue to come back over and over again because you've given them such a great experience. And because you've given me such a great experience here, Chris, I'm always happy to help you wherever you need.
Are you still good with a few more questions, a few more minutes,
Of
time-wise?
course. Happy
Okay.
to.
I'm still learning to be a better businessman too, because I know I had merchandise out and I ended up giving away a lot of it free instead of selling it. So I'm learning I got to be a better businessman, and I also have to sell my product too.
Yes.
And I find I love doing things online, but I find as a salesperson, face to face is still the best way of selling your product.
100%. Are you going to buy from someone who, like, if you look at two products, okay, and one color is blue, one color is red, they provide you the same thing. You're probably going to pick it based on price or the way that perhaps the packaging looks, right? But because it gives you the same outcome. But if now you put a face on front of the brand, let's say you put an athlete, let's say you put Steph Curry on the red brand, and then the blue brand doesn't have anyone, who are you more likely to buy from? Steph Curry. I love basketball, so I'm going to go with Steph. When you start to put affiliation and association with your brand, people can connect with that, right? So it's not about the product, it's about the experience that they get. If knowing that a guy like Steph likes this product and he's representing it, I'm going to go with that. So for all the viewers and listeners, like, just look at the way that you buy your products. So knowing that you buy your products based on association, how that product makes you feel, by maybe perhaps it's your friends are also have that product, that's powerful. So that's why even when you met my my PR team member Amal, because of her association, and she knows you, she recommended you, I'm going to go with that recommendation. Similar to our clients, people continue to work with us, and we do zero marketing as well, similar to you, where people just know and see our work. They come to our events, they've experienced it, they like it, they know that they have a family behind them, they're part of the family, they continue to join us. Why do people continue to travel with us? They love our energy when we're at our trips. And so, like, I want more fun, get me in. So instead of going by yourself, I'd rather go with these guys. And so when you are the face of the brand, or maybe you're too shy to be yourself, that's okay, but you have someone else, it's important to identify with a face, with a name, so that it stands out. There is an affiliation. You feel connected to that brand, and you feel proud to be aligned with that brand. And I feel proud just in being here, Chris, just with your association, your love, and your passion for sports. Because you and I connected, we jived beforehand. I was like, heck yeah, I'm here to support you. If we can bring the world of how to build businesses, how to enjoy sports internationally, how to learn and learn together, why not?
By the way, this show is a sports show, but I've turned it into a full diverse show. Being in security, I've had to deal with a lot of walks of life. So this show is sports, but it also is entertainment. So I can talk and interview anyone that has a story or a career that they want to be in. And that's what I'm most proud about. Very diverse guests, very diverse topics. And I'm just trying to prove to the traditional radio industry that my life experience and skills and the ability to communicate with people are huge. And I want to give a shout out to a couple guys from the NBA, Eric Smith from the Toronto Raptors and Chuck Swirsky from the Bulls. Chuck used to be the Raptors play-by-play announcer, and they gave me advice. And when I started this 6 years ago, I was scripting everything, and Chuck and Eric gave me some advice. That advice, I'd call it, just saying it's okay to write points and notes down, Chris, but talk to your guests like you're having a national conversation. And Chuck Swirsky and Eric Smith have really made an impact on me, because I do prepare questions, I write notes down, but I've learned how to listen more to my guests and to have a national flowing conversation. And by the way, I know there's millions of podcasters out there. I don't compete with them. I'm competing with myself.
Yes. Love that. We are competing with ourselves. And, if we can get 1% better every day, why not? Right. And great for you for recognizing that and continue to grow. I want to ask you a question, if it's possible.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that later, but it's a segment I call at the end of my show, but we'll do it now. It's called Ask the Host CDP a Question.
Yeah. So if you had a choice to go to any sports event in the world, what would it be?
Any sporting event in the world right now. I've done the CFL, I've done lacrosse, championship. It would depend if it was the Stanley Cup, the Red Wings, Super Bowl, the Eagles. I would say right now, I've seen the Grey Cup, I've seen a lot of championships. I would say the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl.
So are you going to go to Super Bowl in San Francisco next year and watch the Philadelphia Eagles play?
I put in for a media pass, so fingers crossed. I did cover the NFL draft in Detroit a couple years ago after they turned me down a number of times, and finally they approved me, and I was down in Detroit for the NFL draft, and there was 275,000 people there. And like you said, it was quite the experience, and I learned a lot from myself and from that experience as well.
100%. Had a dream to always go to the Super Bowl, and my first one, I went, and not many people wanted to go, and I was like, I'll go by myself. And for any woman or man who's thinking about even going to the Super Bowl, and there's no one else who wants to go with you, go. And it is such a vibe being there and being able to watch the NFL players play at such an elite level. It's an entertainment, isn't it's such joy. So for any of your viewers, should we invite them to the Super Bowl in San Francisco next year, and they can come with us if they're interested to connect with you?
Marissa, if you want to, let's plug your business right now, My World Experiences, and how people can contact you and follow you on social media.
Sure. Anyone who wants to learn more about travel, sports, wellness, creating events, or even running their business, who's curious of something different than or they're going through something that they want to chat about, business wise or sports wise, connect with me either on Instagram, Experience with Marisa, or you can connect me on LinkedIn, which is Marisa, so MARISAW. And I get connected with you on there and we can chat. And Chris, if I can ask you one more question.
Yes, if you're still good with time, I'm fine.
100%. So, if there was a sports event outside of Canada, the US, what other event would that be?
I would say, I guess, football, soccer.
Football, soccer. Got it. Is it
Soccer,
your
yeah.
favorite team?
I like playing soccer when I was a kid, but watching it on TV is not my cup of tea. But I would be open to going to like a football soccer game over in Europe just for
Okay.
that experience. I would be willing to do that.
Any team.
I guess Manchester United.
Manchester. Great team. The stadium is live. It's a vibe there. Awesome. And if you can go to any of these, if you go to a football game or to a Super Bowl game, who would you bring with you?
I'll be honest, lately I've been doing a lot of traveling on my own. And the thing is, when people say, well, traveling on your own, it's not safe. But when I'm on these bus trips, I've been on a number of bus trips with different companies. I meet people. I know how to
Yes.
connect with people. You're not really alone. And I've actually made some friendships and the people that run the companies as well. So traveling by yourself's not always that bad. You got your own hotel room, you can set your own schedule, and then you meet people. And I would like to do more traveling. I haven't been able to the last few years because of the pandemic and starting up this business, but I would be open to trying new things in your business as well.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy to go and explore some of these events with you. We can bring some of your viewers along. It's bring a group to join us. I think the one thing that I've learned over years, yes, you can go do it on your own, but it's a lot more fun when you do it with other people. And I'm curious. I was always curious as to who would you want to bring, because sometimes some people say like, oh, I would love to go with this professional athlete to
Yeah.
come and to go experience it, or I want to bring my mom. For me, I love going to sports games with my mom. She is a super sports fan. We took her to the World Series to watch the Jays play in November.
That is awesome.
She is a huge Jays fan, and like to the point where 2 years ago, when she was giving birth to my brother in the hospital, she asked the doctors and nurses to make sure that the game was on so that she can watch it. And she was screaming, watching Joe Carter hit his home run to win the World Series. And it's those passions, those moments I'll remember forever of why it's my mom was just no matter even giving birth, like she's so passionate about it. And that level of passion and zest has carried on to us. And that's why we said money is one thing, but why do we make the money? And it's to be able to pay for these experiences so that our parents can enjoy life because they gave everything to us.
And I took my 80-year-old mom to her first Maple Leaf game in October in Toronto, and I think she enjoyed herself being 80 years old. She had a good time, and how I got the tickets for the game was through a former boss of mine
There you go.
who always was good to me, and I always remembered him. So he saw me at BMO Field. His name's Nick Eves. He's a CEO of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. Shout out to Nick Eves, and
Nice.
he was generous enough to donate or give me a couple of tickets, and I took my 80-year-old mom who loved it. And by the way, you mentioned the Blue Jays. Half those guys I interviewed down in Buffalo when they played in the minor leagues for the Buffalo Bisons. Pat Malacaro and the Buffalo Bisons organization the last 4 years has had me come down there as freelance independent media, and I've gotten to know a lot of these guys that are up with the Blue Jays. And Hazel May, who I met at the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, Hazel May, I joked with her. I said, I
She's
get
a
these
boss.
guys. She is you know how some people can portray themselves on media and they can be a jerk in real life. She is exactly what she is like on TV. And she laughed at me when I said, I get these guys prepared for you when they come up to the big leagues. And I'm just so happy. She's great sense of humor. And I've interviewed Jesse Barfield, John Olerud, Jose Batista. I've been very lucky. And even though I'm a Detroit Tigers fan, I was so happy for the Blue Jays success. And they really should have won that World Series against the Dodgers. That was crazy.
Yes, I agree with you. But there's always next year. And shout out to the Jays Association. These guys put on a great show. And, for the fan experience, anybody, I would say go to watch the game live at Rogers Center. It is so much fun to be part of the atmosphere, and so grateful that we get to call Toronto home to watch that team, our team, come together and play so beautifully together and put all of their blood, sweat, and tears onto the field. I was so proud to be a Canadian, so proud to be a Toronto Blue Jays fan. It was definitely a time to be alive in this city, and many, many, many thank yous for them for just playing so hard and strong for us. But I'm excited for them for next year, and we'll get it. We'll definitely get the World Series again next year.
Marissa, I know we're running out of time for today's show, so I would like to invite you back on again for part 2 in 2026, because I would like to talk to you more about your speaking and as a author in a book, and maybe talk to you about a possible podcast in the future as well.
Would love that. Chris, any way I can support, thank you for doing what you do for your viewers and your listeners. You've inspired me to potentially create my own podcast one day. I know it's a lot of work, a lot of time and effort, but I'm always happy to help support wherever I can. So if any viewers have any questions, want to learn more, want to also get access to my book that's going to be launching in the new year, we'll have some launch events around the world. Check out my site, marisawong.com. Chris, would love to have you there as well here when we're in Toronto when we do our launch party.
Hopefully I can come down to it. I'm not that far from Toronto.
Yes.
It'd be nice to see you.
Perfect. Always great to see you live in person, and to give you a big, big hug and just say thank you. Thank you for asking your questions. Thank you for creating this moment. Thank you for this experience. Thank you for sharing your energy and for doing what you do, Chris.
Can we give a shout out to Emil Wagner as well for arranging this?
Yes, Amal, I love you. Thank you so much for believing in us, believing in me, believing in the mission to bring the experiences that we have collected around the world to give it to others, so that they too can achieve their dreams. So shout out to our team, anybody behind the scenes who've helped us. We know we didn't get to where we are without them, and we can't do this thing called life without others like our families. So big shout out to all the folks who are at home with their families, or even if they're not with their families, that they have a great day celebrating the holiday season. Happy holidays. Today's Christmas Eve. Go enjoy some good food, enjoy some relaxation. Declutter, go get off your devices and just enjoy the present moment. Go out for a walk and just be grateful for one thing today. And the one thing I'm grateful for today, Chris, do you want to know what it is?
What's that?
Sharing this moment with you.
Really, me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And what I love about this show is the storytelling, the learning aspect. And I think I have an ability to connect with people, because people are like, how do you just build a rapport with people? And I'm like, that's how I did it with security. It's empathy and being able to build a rapport with people, because if you do that, then it really it's huge. It's huge in the media radio industry as well. And I just want my guests to feel comfortable here as well. As for your book, congratulations on your book. And
Thank
where can
you.
people find it? And I would like to get an autographed copy of your book too.
I would love to. So I can autograph for you at our launch event in the new year. But for online right now on marisawong.com, they can sign up to get access to it. The people who have registered on there, we will be able to send them the copy. And I'm so excited to be able to share that with the world. It's just my gift and the legacy that I want to share with other people and hopes to inspire them to write their books. We all have a story. We just have to have the courage to be able to share it, and whether we write it or whether it's through the power of videos, or it could be through podcasts, or just sitting down and having a coffee or a beer with someone. Take that time, share your stories. That's what life is all about.
Definitely, we'll definitely have you back on in 2026 to talk about your book and being a guest speaker and TEDx as well. I could probably talk to you for 4 or 5 hours, definitely.
Same. You are so easy to talk to, Chris.
And that's my job as a host, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I have a strong mindset and willed
Yes, you do.
determination to prove people, and you have to have that. And I love doing this show. And by the way, what's one fun fact about Marisa Wong? And again, where can our audience follow you on social media and your website and your YouTube channel? Because I'm going to show a little clip of your YouTube channel as I wrap this up.
Awesome. Fun fact about me, I love scuba diving. I love to be in the ocean and being able to explore the underwater world. I've taught over 2,000 people scuba
Wow.
diving and certified them. So if you're interested in becoming a scuba diver, come join. Or you want to learn more about scuba diving, happy to share and tell you some amazing places to go scuba diving in this world. My YouTube, it's still being built. So if you have tips and tricks on how to build it and what content you want on there, send them my way. Let me know. The best way to connect with me again is either through Instagram, Experience with Marisa. Give me a follow there. I show you my life behind the scenes, no filter, and as well as with if you want to connect with me on getting the book, again, it's on marisawong.com. Register on there. Or for those who only have LinkedIn, Marisa W, Marisa W. So, or they can connect with you, Chris, and you can connect me with them if they have any more other questions. Happy to help.
I know we haven't known each other that long, but it feels like I've known you for years, and it feels like your positive energy and your passion, and it's like now it's like I want to hang out with you because of your positive energy and your passion, and I can see why you're such a successful speaker as well. That's what I want to talk to you next time about, being a successful speaker and a little more about your book as well.
I'm happy to share my tips and tricks on how to become a TED Talk speaker, how to get the courage to speak on stage, to share your voice. Fun fact, well, not really fun fact, but I was super scared to be being in front of cameras, being able to speak to other people. I said, who'd want to listen to me? I'm just Marisa. And I had some friends who said, we want to listen to you. We want to hear your stories. We like hanging out with you. And because of their words of wisdom and their level of support, I finally mustered up the courage to do 1% each day, creating videos, being able to stand in front of stages. And then this year I did my first TED Talk, and wow, that's an experience. I'm happy to help people
Awesome.
who want to do a TED Talk. I can give you all the tips.
By the way, I joined TikTok 5 years ago, and I was 47 at the time, and I said to my friend Jamie, who gave me some advice. He was a podcaster long before and he gave me some advice. He goes, Chris, you got to open up your settings to public instead of private, because I
Yes.
was shy. And also he told me about TikTok. And 5 years later, I've learned how to cut promos, how to promote my guests like yourself, myself. I've learned how to create content, and TikTok has been a really good tool. As long as you stay out of the political stuff on there,
Yes.
it's really, and I've reinvented myself as well. And I used to, like I said,
Chris.
I used to play small in front of people, and now I've gone the other way.
I can see that. And you got to keep shining bright, because when you do, it allows other people, gives them permission to also shine bright. So thank you for shining bright, to give me the permission to shine my light here too.
You're welcome. And what's the best way of booking yourself to speak in an event?
Yeah, so you can connect with my team or myself on marisawong.com. We'll respond back to you there. If there's some events, send them our way. Or even if you have questions on how to build your events, happy to share our knowledge as well. We have 25 plus years of doing the professional world. We always love sharing our knowledge to help other people. So if you're thinking of setting up your own event, Chris, let me know. Happy to help you as well.
Thank you so much. And give me a little bit of time this afternoon or tonight, and I will send you the full video, the
Amazing.
audio, and reels and clips. I'll have to look for you on TikTok because I'll tag you on there as well on the reels and clips.
Okay, so I'm not on TikTok myself. We'll
Okay.
grow that eventually. There's just so many different platforms, but with Instagram, that's the best way. So experience with Marisa with one S. I'm happy to share on there. And I will need to get, maybe you and I can go offline and you can teach me some tips and tricks on TikTok.
And the shorter the video, the more views.
Got it.
Everything's shrinking nowadays, including me. And my waistline. So that's my.
I think it's the attention span that people have. They're always constantly scrolling.
It's getting, yeah, it really is. So, but hey, Marisa, I want to say continued success in your career with my worldly experiences. And I want to say congratulations with your book and as a speaker as well. And I hope to come and see you in Toronto at some point as well. Toronto is not far from me, and I'm there a lot when the Argos are playing as well.
Amazing. Well, I love the Argonauts, love football, love anybody who is here to bring more light and love to the world, and happy to get to know you more and see you in the new year. And I will also extend an invite to our book launch to invite to you when we declare the dates. But thank you, and Merry Christmas to you and your family.
And I'd love to be able to do an in-person interview with you as well, which I've learned how to do.
Nice. I would love to learn. I would love to be your guest.
Absolutely. And I want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. And we'll definitely be in touch with you on social media soon.
Sounds great. Sending love.
Thanks, Marisa. You too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. That wraps up season 12, episode 37, overall season 12, episode 32, overall 637 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet here in Guelph. And I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show this past year, as well as the Argo Bounce podcast show and the Small Talk podcast as well. And check out the last episode of the Small Talk podcast with Marlene Sharp and myself. We just did a show on Monday night, so please check out our Christmas edition of the Small Talk podcast as well. And again, I want to say thank you to Marisa Wong. She is an entrepreneur, speaker, author, and she is the founder and CEO of My World Experiences as well. So please check out Marisa Wong on our social media pages or marisawong.com. And speaking of Marisa Wong, we're going to play a little video clip from her YouTube channel. Just bear with me. And this is from her My World Experiences YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like, and share. And she does sporting events too, such as the Super Bowl.
Experience Super Bowl in Vegas. Now we're starting our planning for Super Bowl in New Orleans 2025. Here's some of our tips and tricks. Tip number 1, make sure you secure your tickets well in advance. Even if your team doesn't make it to the finals, at least go enjoy the Super Bowl for the vibe. It's definitely worth the experience. 2, make sure to book your transportation well in advance. You don't want to be standing in lineups for taxis or Ubers. You'd rather have more time being able to enjoy the event and get home safe. And tip number 3, make sure to book your accommodations well in advance. Where should you book? French Quarters. It is where you get good security, safety, and walking distance to restaurants. Hope these tips helped you. Come join us in New Orleans. Beyond great.
That clip was courtesy of My World's Experiences, Marisa Wong's YouTube channel. So please subscribe and like and share as well. And thank you to Marisa Wong for coming on again as well. As we wrap up this show again, guys, I have another announcement to make as we wrap this show up. And that's going to be the next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by and sponsored by BarryCullen.com on Friday, December 26th. Boxing Day here in Canada and the UK at 11 a.m. Eastern was Buffalo Broadcasting Hall of Famer 2024 and former longtime WGR 550 radio personality Howard Simon. He's going to come on and we're going to talk Bills Eagles matchup this Sunday at Highmark Stadium. And Howard's going to break down the Bills' 23-20 win over the Browns, and we're going to talk Bills and Eagles. The Bills and Eagles have only played 15 times in their history. Since the Bills joined the NFL in 1970, they've only played 15 times, and this is only the 9th time the Eagles have played at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, and this will be the last time playing over there as the Bills are moving into the new Highmark Stadium in 2026. So Bills, Eagles, 4:25 Sunday, and Howard Simon's going to come on, and we're going to talk Bills football and who are some players besides Josh Allen and James Cook that the Eagle fans should be aware of as well? And maybe Howard will talk a little bit about the Buffalo Sabres. Howard's a huge sports fan. He loves the Sabres and Bills, and he's also a New York Mets fan as well. But we'll talk Bills, Eagles with him, and Bills, Browns, and maybe a little bit about the Red Hot Sabres, who are playing really good hockey right now as well. And I'm looking forward to having Howard Simon on, former longtime WGR 550 and Buffalo radio personality and Buffalo Sports Broadcasting Hall of Famer on a Friday, December 26th at 11 a.m. on Boxing Day. So if you have questions for Howard or myself, or you're a fan of the Buffalo Bills or the Eagles, check out Live with CDP, Sports Entertainment Talk Show. Again, this Friday, December 26th, Boxing Day at 11 a.m. with Howard Simon. As we wrap up this show, everybody, as always, Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership is your go-to service center this winter. A no charge, that's right, a no charge 12-volt battery test plus a $20 instant rebate located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. So with winter here, the cold temps, the snow, the winter, the cold temps can affect your battery. So again, check out Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership, your go-to service center this winter for a no charge 12-volt battery test plus receive a $20 instant rebate, again located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. More details at barrycullen.com, and tell them that yours truly, Chris Palme CDP, sent you there as well. And as for my guest today, again, you can follow Marisa Wong on these social media platforms. Her website is marisawong.com. She's on Instagram, experience with I made a mistake there. mexperience.com. She's also on LinkedIn as well and YouTube. mexperience shorts as well. So all her social media sites are down there on my graphic and ticker as well. And you know what? As many years you do something in TV, radio, mistakes happen as well. So again, you can follow Marisa on all these platforms as well. But her website, marisawong.com. And I'm hoping to have Marisa back on again in the new year. And she has got a new book coming out as well. And I will give you more details on that as well. And as we wrap up this show, guys, with Christmas here, the holiday season here, check out cameo.com/Chris Palme. Book a personalized video message from me at cameo.com. And finally, guys, the Cambridge District Humane Society, if you're looking to adopt a pet, they're located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.com. Wishing all the staff and the animals down there a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And Pebbles, one of the dogs that was down there for 6 months, 193 days, Pebbles has been adopted and is in a good home as well. And that's the story of being a dog walker twice a week and a fundraiser, is being a part of helping these homeless animals get adopted into homes as well. So Michelle and the staff do a really great job down there as well. And if you're looking for a 2026 calendar, they're only $10, and they do have them down at the shelter, again located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. And again, if you would like to help them out on their Amazon wish list, go to cambridgehumanesociety.org. And that is about it for today's show, guys. Again, I want to say thank you so much to my guest, Marisa Wong, who's an entrepreneur, speaker, an author, and the founder and CEO of her own company called My World Experiences, for coming on here today as well. And again, the next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, Friday, December 26th, Boxing Day, 11 a.m. with Howard Simon. And we're going to talk Bills, Eagles, and maybe a little Buffalo Sabres hockey as well. I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you so much for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show this past year, along with the Argo Bounce podcast and the Small Talk podcast as well. And I want to wish Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership, their staff, a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and to Mark Cullen and Paul Cullen for advertising on Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. I hope everybody has a great Christmas Eve and enjoy your Christmas, your holidays, and we'll see you back here Friday at 11 a.m. for Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, hosted by yours truly, Chris Pame, and brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership here in Guelph. Ho, 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 and we'll see you Friday for Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show.